All right. Hello and welcome to Famicast 169, your Famicast for the early part of March 2020. I'm Danny Bivens, and today I'm joined by James Charlton.
Hey, Danny's got his energy back. Good job. We just injected Danny with something before the show because he was dropping dead. So
Yeah, I'm pretty
he's
tired
back.
this week. Shouldn't be, but whatever. I'll be fine. And we're also joined by Mr. Ty Sugar himself.
Yeah, me, Patient Zero. What's up, guys?
Yes. And today we have a very special guest, a good friend of mine, and also Twitch streamer extraordinaire, the Zegga, aka Scott. Welcome to the show, Scott.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for having me on the show, guys.
No, man, thanks for coming on.
Wow, he's a letter Z.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not actually a person. I'm just a letter. It's weird. Yeah.
Yes.
We can classify Scott as a patron as well, right? Can't we?
Yeah, he was at one
He's
point.
a very
yeah.
generous patron. So yeah, thank
Oh.
you for the support, Scott.
Yeah, you bet. Happy to do it.
Thank you.
And I know because like some people from Scott's channel, maybe they might actually be watching right now. So if you guys are new to the Famicast, first of all, hello and welcome. Thanks for coming and joining us. We're a podcast. We talk about Japanese stuff, Japanese games, primarily Nintendo stuff, but we do reach out to other platforms and stuff like that too. So yeah, so that's the thing. And
3 drink minimum before you start watching. If any
The
of your
perfect
fans are
place.
watching.
Perfect channel, man. 3 drink minimum is my favorite.
yes,
Come on. Is that a channel? Seriously? It is now.
yes. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and kick off the show with new business. This is basically a segment where we talk about games that we've been playing lately. And so let's go ahead and move on over to that. And actually, Scott, would you mind starting off the new business today? And like, since Scott's like new to the show and everything, I'd like him to, kind of what we do on our Patreon. We do like this thing called the games that make us, the games that made us. It's basically we talk about games that made us into what we are. So basically think of this as maybe like the first part of this as a little kind of short version of that. Maybe Scott, you can talk about some games that you played growing up that kind of made you into the gamer that you are today. And then you can talk about just maybe a game that you've been playing recently that you think is awesome.
Sure. Do I get to enjoy listening to James laughing at me in the background too the whole time? Because that makes it even better. I love
He'll
it.
be laughing the whole time.
It's inspiring. I love it. Yeah.
Okay, mate, get on with it.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. Yeah, so I grew up with like playing like Atari and stuff with my cousins, but they were a bit older. And then as soon as we got that first Nintendo in our house, like everybody else, Zelda and Mario, all the classics of NES.
Never heard of him.
No, nobody's ever played them ever except for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
They're kind of a little known genre of gaming. But I really got into the like Final Fantasy games when I was a kid. So playing, especially like, FF4, FF2 in the USA, and FF6 and whatnot. Got really into those, and then as time progressed, I just kind of played a wide variety of games. I mean, like no genre was off limits. But then you kind of hit your stride, and I got really into the Dark Souls and Soulsborne series of games. That's like really the thing that really grabbed me and just hasn't let go. And it's just kind of been, just been kind of my thing ever since.
So you're saying you're a casual game. I got it.
Absolutely casual. Yeah. I mean,
Made
why can't I play Dark Souls on my cell phone? Why can't they just
Right.
release that version? Right.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Cool. So, I mean, obviously, you are here in Japan. So, like, can you tell us a little bit about that, I guess?
Yeah, sure. So I've been...
Where do you live? Start with where you live. Your exact address.
Right. Hang on. Let me find the numbers of my address here. Just a second.
Yep.
Yeah. So I've been living in Japan for 10 years, doing the English teacher thing. Maybe like some other people here. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Right.
What do you guys, English teachers by day and crime fighters by night? I don't know. But,
basically, yeah.
I wouldn't say crime fighting, but there you
go. Oh, crime causing. Got it. Yeah. So, kind of the pretty normal gig, but you know, a love of video games is kind of, you know, when you start as a kid, you love Nintendo and stuff, and that kind of inspires you to maybe come over to Japan and, you know, play Japanese video games in Japan and check out the arcade scene and all that stuff. I think that was a big influence of why I wanted to come and work here.
And then end up playing all the games in English anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Exactly.
Brilliant.
Yeah. And then, you know, you think you can play Street Fighter 2, and then you go to a Japanese arcade and get your butt handed to you in less than 10 seconds.
Oh yeah.
You know, Ty can probably relate to that pretty well.
Yeah, by me.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say. Yeah.
Yep.
Is this part where I'm supposed to talk about what game I've been playing lately?
Yes.
Lately,
So yeah, man. So yeah.
Worst host ever, Danny.
Yes. Sorry.
God. Double
yeah.
About that.
What you been playing?
So the thing that I've really been into lately for the last like month and a half, maybe even 2 months, has been Hades, made by Supergiant, and it's still in early access right now, but it just, boy, they so for anybody that's, you know, watching and listening tonight, they have taken the roguelike formula. And so you play through the game, and you know you're going to die a lot, like any roguelike game. The fun part about it is that you're going to explore the story of the game with each consequent death, instead of it just being, you know, you just die and you restart, and the goal is to get to the end. So you're playing the child of Hades. You are the son of Hades, you know, the ruler of the underworld. And you're fed up with being in the underworld and you want to escape, except for Papa Hades doesn't want to let you out. And he just figures that, well, you won't be able to get out anyway, so go ahead and good luck, kid. But the cool part of the premise of the plot is that the other gods of Olympus, who aren't very close with Hades, they want to help you out, because since, you know, Hades and Zeus and Poseidon are all brothers, all of the other gods of Olympus are basically your, you know, like cousins and, you know, aunts and uncles and stuff.
Right.
And so each time you play a little bit and you die on each escape attempt, you reveal more of the plot of like why Hades won't let you out, or, you know, whatever all the reasons are. And it's amazing because the entire game is then that everything is voice acted. Everything. And it's just incredible how much time they have spent with these absolutely unbelievable voice actors, really making it feel like a real experience. So it's kind of like even if you die after having a really good you know, attempt at trying to get out, it doesn't really bother you as much, because you're still exploring the story every time.
Is it randomly generated, did you say?
It is randomly generated. There is just kind of the way that the map layouts work out. There isn't, I'm trying to think of a good way to put this. It's not so much about the variety of the levels so much. It's kind of a little bit more about the makeup of the enemies. And the enemies are just sort of difficult by default. What's fun about it is every time you play through, in each room that you go to, you will get a unique buff from, you know, like they call it a boon in the game, which comes from a different god or goddess in the Olympian pantheon. So every time you start a new run, you might get a different buff from a different deity. And the different deities have very, very different kinds of boons that they would give to your character. And so because of that, that really changes how you do the run from that point on. Plus, you can pick the weapon type that you want to use at the start as well, which also is very unique. So every time you're going to sit down and play, you're going to have a really different experience, plus all of the plot points, which really makes it just exciting to sit down and play. I mean, it's really got that roguelike, like, okay, just one more, give me one more. You know,
if I hadn't been playing Dead Cells like last month, all of this would have gone straight over my head. But because I have, it kind of makes a little bit more sense. Like, is this this is an isometric kind of viewpoint game? Is this
Yeah.
like, is this a mouse-based game? Are you playing with controller?
It can be. I would
Mhm.
absolutely recommend playing it with a controller.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and I think they actually just recently added with a recent patch to the loading screen. They actually say, please play this with a controller. But you
Yeah.
you
It
can play
doesn't
with a
very
keyboard
much.
and mouse.
It looks like a point and clicky kind of a game, but
Yeah,
it's a lot faster.
too
Yeah,
fast paced for that.
Yeah, in motion it's really fast, and I noticed there's like a lot of crazy movement options. So
Yeah.
in that sense, yeah, it almost seems like maybe like a God of War flavored Diablo almost.
I think that's a good comparison. Yeah. Yeah, and then throw in, yeah, exactly, and like James said, throw in a little bit of the kind of taste of Dead Cells too, and you've got it's Dead Cells meets Diablo meets a little bit of Binding of Isaac, kind of mix of the three. Yeah.
You just listed 3 games Danny's never played, but good job.
Thanks.
Well,
I've at least
you know-
watched people play.
Look, it's not my fault that he's an uncultured swine.
True that.
It's
True
just
that.
it's,
True that.
it's my upbringing. So.
Yeah.
So, how much did you pay for this unfinished demo of a game?
So it was nice because I think the game retails at 24, 25, I think, and it was on sale for 20, and I have absolutely more than gotten my money's worth out of it.
Nice.
It's
And
even
you
at
get
full
the-
price,
you get the
it's
full
25, it's
game.
worth it.
Once it's
Yeah.
finished, you'll get the full
Yes.
game.
Yep. Yeah, you get the full price. Yeah, and they just released a big content patch today that added a new weapon and a boatload of new, honest God, like voice lines for a whole bunch of the different characters, and a new deity as well. And I haven't had a chance to sit down and play with it yet, but the people that I hang out on my stream have said that it's like, oh wow, it just adds a whole new level of surprises and fun. So I'm very excited to sit down and play it.
Nice.
Yeah, and I mean, like I kind of mentioned a little bit earlier. Obviously, Scott, he streams on Twitch and stuff, and actually his shows are always a lot of fun. I've tried to do Twitch streaming, on our Famicast Twitch and stuff, and like I don't know, it's for me, I feel kind of like weird, just like being by myself and talking. You know what I mean?
Yourself.
Like that type of thing. And I mean, that's something that you gotta, obviously it comes with practice. You probably get better. I don't know about me, but
When do you stream, like Japanese time, Scott? Like in the evening?
Yeah, usually in the evening. It's usually about 7 to 7:30 p.m. Japan time until about 9:30, 10 p.m. Japan time.
And the person that you live with doesn't mind. that you're
Yeah,
in
we
there?
we somehow figured a way to work it out. Yeah. No, we the solution to that is, she's got her own entire private room with a really nice TV, way nicer than the living room TV. And I also may or may not have bought her a pair of wireless headphones, but
So you're just basically just soundproofing her whole room so she can't hear anything.
That's right. And she actually, no, she's really supportive of it, and I don't know, she says it's actually fun to watch me streaming because like I get all lit up when I'm talking to people and having a good time. So it's nice to have a supportive, significant other that's into it.
I could just imagine you both with like soundproof, like noise cancelling headphones, and then there's just some guy just robbing you, and neither of you even are noticing.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like your TV's going through the window.
Yeah, be like, oh, okay, stream's over. Wait a minute, where did our couch go?
Yeah. That's cool.
Yep.
So what is that? Do you only stream like one game? Do you focus on one game only?
I did
At a time.
did for a while. I started streaming probably about 5 or 6 years ago, and I was just doing that through PlayStation 4. And that was primarily doing Dark Souls 1 and 2 and 3 when it came out. And it was interesting because if you stick to one genre of streaming, then you get a lot of people, right? Because a lot of people that I'm trying to think of a good way to put it. Like originally, Dark Souls was kind of like not so many streamers would or not so many people played it, so the people that came to watch it, you get a big audience really quick. And they tell you that if you're into streaming, don't be a variety streamer, right? Because you won't get viewers, right? You won't get numbers. But my thing was that I figured out after a little while is the way I don't get stressed out about streaming is to just stream what I want, because I'm just not interested in viewer counts and donations and bits and subs and stuff. I just really like to play video games with people that like to watch and play video games, you know. And
so are you the guy responsible for making Danny buy Dark Souls?
Yes, I absolutely am.
It all makes sense now.
Yeah,
it was a bit weird. Danny buying that.
I was about to just shove a boatload of money into his hand and force him to play the fucking game, you know, because I talked to him about it for years, and he kept saying, "Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I'll play it, yeah, okay." And then it was kind of like, "Hey, idiot, it's on Switch. You have to play it now." You know?
Yeah.
It doesn't take much to force Danny to buy a game he's never going to play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, hey, I will say through Scott's basically just teaching me everything about it, within reason. Like he's come over and we've been like, I'll play it and he'll be like kind of coaching me, kind of sitting there watching me die. Not quite like that. It's pretty hands off, but like it was good. It was good. Scott was a good teacher.
Don't get hit. That's another good one.
Don't get hit. Yeah,
that's a good bit of advice for all games, Danny.
That's my line.
Yeah, I mean, especially in Dark Souls, it's like, hey, stop being terrible and you can win. You know,
right? Have you ever considered not sucking?
Exactly.
I have not.
Hear it? The sound of get good.
Right.
Cool.
All right then.
Cool. All right, Scott. Well, if that's all you got, we'll go ahead and move on to the next person for. Jesus Christ, new business. Sorry,
worst house ever.
It happens from every show. It's going to happen. You'll expect some screw-ups from me. For new business for myself, this is probably going to take like 30 seconds because I've been playing like the same stuff that I've been playing for like the past month. I'm still going through Persona 5 Scramble. I'm maybe about like 20 hours or so into the game or so, and I just finished up a review that's like basically reviewing the game, everything else but the story, because I'm not done with it. And there's still a lot of stuff to talk about. So you can look forward to checking that out on Friday this week, on Friday the 13th. So check that out. Other than that, man, I've just been playing a lot of Tetris 99. It's just been a great game just to turn off my brain and just forget about everything. So that's pretty much all I've been playing. But anyways, Ty, would you mind continuing on with the new business?
Oh yeah. So I've been playing Plague Inc. You may have heard of this game.
Jesus Christ, Ty.
You may have heard it in some tongue-in-cheek jokes over the last few weeks.
Yeah, I've heard of it in real life.
Yeah. In real.
I couldn't tell, like, 'cause I saw that in the agenda and I was thinking, like, wait, is Ty just like joking around? So every time I see something like that, I'll type it into old Google and I was like, no, this is actually a real video game. Ty isn't trolling me this time. So
Ty playing another extremely cursed video game that probably shouldn't exist.
This isn't a smartphone game?
It is a smartphone game, but it's also on consoles. You can get it on Switch and stuff.
Okay.
So
wait, really?
So it's heavily like touchscreen kind of based game.
Yeah, it's designed for touchscreen. I've actually been playing it with a controller. But yeah. So I guess if you play the mobile version, you get ads, but like on console, it costs like $1 or a couple of dollars, but there's no ads.
Wow.
Yeah, and
it's PAX 12. There's a virus called PAX. That's what you get when you go to PAX.
Yeah, that's like the default virus name.
Is there an Evo one and an E3 one as well?
No. This is great. When you start, you can name your virus to whatever you want, or you just hit like a button to randomize it, and you get like some really funny randomized names, like fucking bubonic mumps, or just goofy stuff like that.
Evola. That was the one that you taught me about Evo.
Yeah, Evola Patient Zero. That's me. If you're ever on Fightcade and you see someone with that name, that's me.
Okay.
Evola Patient Zero. Yeah, this game has a lot more stuff in it than I expected, and it's also a little tougher than I expected, but it's nice. So it kind of feels like playing what's that fucking board game?
Risk?
No, it's like Risk, but like you're trying to prevent a disease. It's like the flip side of that.
A Line in the Sand
No,
about the Persian Gulf War in the early 90s.
no,
Okay. Classic game, guys. I'm serious. I love that game.
fucking weird board games. Jesus, take it to Kickstarter.
Yes.
You start a plague. It can be like a virus or a bacteria or like a zombie plague or brain worms, and there's like all these other crazy things they have now. And there's like even more like inside these like little pre-built challenges they have, like market a board game with a viral marketing. Yeah, that's literally one. But like like the basic ones are like, bacteria, virus, and stuff, and they have like slightly different abilities. And you pick where you start, and you modify your disease as it goes. Like you basically get evolution points for like infecting countries, infecting population, for ending people. And so like the general idea is you try to spread as much as possible, and then you try to get as fatal as possible.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
So-
it's kind of dark.
So
Yeah.
when everyone dies in the whole world, you win.
Yeah, that's the goal.
So who are you playing as?
You are the virus.
Oh, okay. Right.
Okay. I didn't
You
know if you're like
win.
a terrorist group or or okay.
No, but there is a bioweapon virus type, so that's fun. Yeah, and like there's some goofy ones. There's like there's this really weird one. It's like the vampire plague, where you actually like manually get control of vampire moving around the globe, and then you're also spreading your shadow plague at the same time, and you have to kind of work in tandem.
Well, it's just like Dracula going on a private jet around the world.
Yeah. Well, he
Alright.
turns into a bat, but yeah.
So really
Yeah.
just a normal, weekend for me. Got it.
Yes.
Yeah. And there's a fucking Planet of the Apes tie-in campaign,
What?
which is the most random thing.
Damn
Like-
dirty apes.
They what? Like they paid for the license?
Yeah.
What the hell? Okay.
Yeah. So that's weird.
That is very
Like,
weird.
yeah, you have a virus that makes apes super intelligent, and also you can kind of guide the apes around to like fucking fight humans. Right? So like, this game gets into some weird stuff. So like if you have a couple bucks, it's fun. If you have like a really morbid sense of humor, and I do.
Yes.
I think it would make sense if like every dollar you spend to download this like goes towards like actually treating the actual virus that is spreading around the world right now, COVID-19.
Right?
That would make sense.
It would
wonder if-
make sense, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Her viral marketing.
God.
That's the joke.
Yeah.
Clever.
I saw a forum post just the other day. Somebody was looking at like some map on the internet of like how the coronavirus is spreading, and like their buddy walks in and says, "Wow, looks like you're doing pretty good in Plague Inc. there." They were not playing Plague Inc.
God.
But you could get it for free on your phone or for almost free on your console of choice,
Everyone's playing it.
whether they want to or not.
God. Yeah. All right. What what else have you been
Next.
playing, Ty?
No, I've played another game. Just came out today, actually.
Mhm.
It's the Dead by Daylight update.
Yeah.
Yeah, now available on Switch and whatever other platforms. So the new update is called Chains of Hate. There's 2 new characters, a new map, and they're trying out a new feature on the map. So
Oh, a cowboy. A scary cowboy?
yeah, Scary Cowboy. He's the new killer. He has a spear gun. and you can
Wow.
aim with iron sight. So it's like playing Call of Duty if Scorpion was in it. So you fucking shoot him with your spear gun. You reel him in. So maybe it's more like Zegga bass fishing. You reel him in, and like they're squirming around on the chain. You try to reel him in, and then like fucking smack him in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. I just saw that they just released this, like you said, just today.
Yeah.
How fitting, because I mean, you were talking about this last time, and yeah, it is. It's on the Switch. It's on the Japanese eShop too. I remember I saw that. It's obviously more expensive than what you'll be paying for it in any other region, but yeah.
Yeah. You can actually get the characters for free if you grind enough in game.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the
cool.
thing. Like all the killers, all the characters they add that aren't licensed, you can get for free if you just grind in game.
Huh. Okay.
Yep. And the new maps, you'll play on them whether you like it or not. They're just kind
Okay.
of thrown in the rotation.
Okay.
Yeah, usually when they add a new map, like for a week or two, it's like weighted so you get it a lot. But like I've not gotten to play on the new map yet. I played like 5 games like right before this podcast, and I did not get it. So like the new thing they're trying on the map is destructible walls.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is the killer can go up and just like bop the wall and break it down, and maybe you could get a surprise attack or something. Or I think it's mostly to shut down like some like keep away loops that the survivors will try to lead you around.
Wait, so they're redoing all the maps to have destructible scenery?
They are planning on it. They're testing it on one map now.
Wow, that's a lot of work.
Yeah. And like the last map, it looked like they had it set up so they could integrate it in, but they haven't done it yet. It's like they're not sure how it's going to affect balance and stuff, so they're taking it slow. So they're just trying it on the new map, and then, if they like what's happening, they're going to reverse engineer it into all the other maps.
It's funny, Scott, we're talking about, people playing the same game and, streaming the same game again and again and again. Ty's new business always sounds like that of a streamer, but he doesn't actually do the streaming. It just plays the same game over and over and over again, right?
Maybe I should, like I'm just kind of obsessed with getting all the achievements in this game and then quitting it forever.
It's like, Ty must be really into streaming Killer Instinct. Nope. Just plays 8,000 hours of it.
Yeah, because it's good.
There you go.
Well, I mean, it's not his fault. If you want to be, really good at something and crush all the quote unquote noobs, if you're not playing, 9, 10, 11 hours a day, then you're not actually serious about it. So
right. That's what I've been trying to tell these guys.
I believe you. James is the only one. He's never played an actual game with online elements. I mean, geez.
I don't even have the internet.
What is that? Is that a kind of cake? I don't even know what that is.
It's a connection of tubes and wires, but we'll
yes,
explain it to you someday. Yes.
Never heard of it.
Yep. So that's what I've been playing.
Okay.
Little bit of other stuff, but
Okay. Cool. Well, James, let's go ahead and move on over to you, man.
Well, having a go at Ty for being insensitive talking about Plague Inc., but I just realized my first game, Biohazard, is not really my... Can't really speak for that, can I? So yeah, I have been playing Resident Evil Revelations 2, which I started playing ages ago. I can't even remember if I talked about it on the show. Did I? Can anyone remember?
I don't,
maybe.
Dude, because it was so weird, because I saw your whatever, the thing on the Switch, it shows what you've been playing, and I said, like, geez, man, James has already played that game for like 20 hours. I just assumed you just got it or something.
No. I can't remember when I got it. I got it on sale like maybe sometime last year. Like Capcom had a sale on all of their games. Most of the Resident Evil games are on Switch, except 2 and 3, which is ironic because the 2 and 3 are the ones that just got remade, right? Or the 3 remake is about to come out.
Yeah,
I actually thought, I actually thought, it'd be cool to like. I've Resident Evil 3 is the only one I've never played, and I thought, it'd be cool to like maybe complete Resident Evil 3 before the remake comes out, which I'm not going to play. But at least I'll have played the original, right? But it's not on Switch. Weird. But that was on the GameCube, right, Danny?
Yeah, that like basically like PlayStation ports.
Yeah.
2, 3.
With like
Code Veronica.
tiny upgrades to it, like not really.
I watched some really detailed review about Resident Evil 2, but yeah, it's like they do something, but it's like not huge.
Yeah, it's just like upscaled, isn't it? Because it was running on the GameCube. It's basically the GameCube. I can't remember if they re-released it on Wii. Maybe they did.
No, they didn't do those ones.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I thought, well, I'll just play the Resident Evil game, which I have on Switch, which I haven't completed yet, which is Revelations 2. And yeah, I was in. It's I don't know if you knew this, but it's an episodic game originally.
Yeah.
So they release like an episode every few months. Mm-hmm. So I was like maybe 80% through episode 1, and so I just took it up from there. It unfortunately doesn't have a nice recap like Dragon Quest XI does. It just kind of like throws you back in. I'm like, what the hell am I doing now?
Yeah,
it took me a while to get back into the groove of things because the controls are a little bit futzy. It's like not tank controls, but it's like Resident Evil 4 controls.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got a dodge button, like an evade button where you kind of like duck under, to kind of avoid enemies. And it's got player switching from Resident Evil 0. You're always controlling 2 characters. Usually there's Barry and this little girl called Natalia. And then, the one that I've got on screen now, that's Moira. And Claire Redfield, she's the main one in that one. So it's basically the story is split into between 2 pairs, and the story, they kind of overlap, and you kind of actually end up replaying the same parts, but from other points of view.
Okay.
So, and it's kind of like like there's a time slip difference. So like you'll play with Barry, and everything will be already destroyed, and there'll be nothing there. But then you'll go back in time, and then you'll play as Claire, and you'll discover why certain things got destroyed or moved or whatever. So it's kind of interesting like that. But other times it feels a little bit kind of like repetitious because you're like, okay, I've literally just run through this exact area, and it's slightly different, but not really.
Yeah.
And the graphics are like, well, it's like PlayStation 3 game, right? So it's like PlayStation 3 / Wii U style graphics.
Sure. And James, did you play this at TGS with me? Like back in, it would have been 2017. They had it on the Switch. Remember that?
I don't remember that. I don't remember if I played the second one.
Because they had both, and like I got I'm showing it in the little screen. I'll make my screen real big here real quick, but I got a cleaning cloth for like both games. And
the double pack. Okay.
Yeah. This is like before they announced all the details about all the releases and stuff. But I love this stuff. I have another one just hanging up on my wall because where else are you going to put your cleaning cloths for your devices and stuff, right?
I think the reason why I didn't buy it up until now on Switch is that you had to buy 1 and 2 together, and I'd already like played the first one to death, and then rebought it on Wii U and didn't play it very much. So I didn't want to re-buy it on Switch. So, but it was nice that I could download the second one on its own, and it was only like 1,200 yen or something like that, like $13, right? Which is a good price for what you get. It's like a 15-hour game, 10-15-hour game. And yeah, there's 4 episodes, but they're all quite long. They're maybe 5 or 6 hours each. Maybe some of them are shorter than others, but the first one does go on for quite a while, and you do feel like, wait, you're still in episode 1 here? Jesus Christ! Like feels like almost like a full game, and it's still going, and then finally it ends, and it's like then you go into episode 2, and they introduce a bunch of like other non-playable characters into it. Some of them are like not very good. Voice acting is not very good.
Yeah, that's how you know it's a Resident Evil game.
Yeah, but it's a different kind of not good. It's like, with the first one, it was like, whoa, Jill, you were almost a Jill sandwich. You know, it's like, but this is like more like they've got real voice actors, but they're not very good.
Okay.
Well, there's a couple of kind of like, you know, Hispanic twins, but it sounds like a white guy trying to put on a Mexican accent.
Oh God! Oh no!
Sweet.
Because he kind of loses it, like in some scenes, and it just sounds like a straight up white guy in some scenes, and then others not.
I'm
Anyway.
remembering that time President Obama went down to Puerto Rico, and like he gave a speech. He hammed it up like Puerto Rico, and everybody cheered. And then like over the just over like the hour of the speech, like he just kind of lost it. He just went to Puerto Rico. It
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, like that. That was like his first one.
Yeah.
And his last was like Puerto Rico.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. But yeah, a couple of days ago, I finally got to the end of episode 4, and yeah, it's a good average to good Resident Evil game. If you like Resident Evil games, you'll like it. You know, it's nothing like crazy amazing. It's not going to be like, whoa, this is way better than Resident Evil 2. No, it's like, it's not going to be anybody's number 1 Resident Evil game, but it's not going to be at the bottom either.
Yeah. Actually, Scott, like, I know you played some Resident Evil games. Like, did you get to try out this one in particular, or like that Revelation series of Resident Evil games?
To be honest, my experience with Resident Evil is pretty brief.
Okay.
I got really excited about finally trying out Resident Evil 2, like the original when it came out on, what was that, PlayStation? I think.
Yeah.
And they had it at the actual local rental shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it took 20 years ago here.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was really excited about it, and I finally picked it up, and then I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. I started playing it, and I went, wait a minute, there's hardly any ammo, and the controls are like a tank. Yeah, I think I'm done here.
Sure.
You know?
I feel kind of bad saying bad things about Revelations 2, because this is a Matt Walker joint. You know, when in the credits I saw Matt Walker's name there. You know, he's like producer. You know, that was pretty cool. It's like, good game, Matt. You know, it's not my favorite Resident Evil game, but it's pretty good. Good job.
Right.
So yeah, that's done. That's in the bag. And the other game I want to talk about, we got the code sent to us, review code. It's called Stella, and I think I mentioned it last episode because I did a like Apple Arcade video series that I did where I did 4 videos, and each video I kind of went through about 6 or 7 games on Apple Arcade. I just wanted to blow through every half decent game on the Apple Arcade while I had that free month. And this one, I actually picked out this one as one I thought, this would work better on a console, because Stella, Stela, only one L. It's basically just like a puzzle platform game. Almost like a Prince of Persia kind of, it's like a small human character on the screen, and it's kind of half decently animated, but it's more like about navigating your way across the screen, and trying not to die, like jumping over stuff. It's not like a very action-packed, like high-pace platform game. It's very like slow. I did a video review of this, and I kept on referring it to like almost like a walking simulator kind of speed, because you're basically just running to the right, and you will sometimes jump over something, you'll avoid something, you'll stop and wait and let some enemies go past, but you're never actually interacting with any other characters. You're just walking across the screen. So it's almost like one of those kind of chilled out kind of games that like Gris. I don't know if I ever talked about Gris very much on the show, but like it's like a beautiful, like almost like a Adobe Illustrator looking style game. Yeah, I did talk about it because I remember saying that. It's like beautifully animated and everything, but it's more like an art piece.
How is this game not Limbo, in your own words?
It's not. No, it's not Limbo, because Limbo has a lot more kind of action to it, because you're like, you're grabbing on stuff, you're swinging on stuff, you're pushing buttons, you're all doing all these kind of things. There is a bit of that in this one, but it's a lot slower.
Okay.
It is it's almost like, very much like hands off. You sometimes you barely even playing it. You're just holding right, running across the screen.
Yeah, and that with that being the case, because James, I watched a review, and I was thinking like this kind of reminded me of that game that released on the Switch a couple years ago, and it's on all sorts of platforms now. It's called The Gardens Between, and it's a little bit different because there's like a time mechanic. Basically, you're going forward, and then like all this other stuff is happening at the same time. And if you go backwards, it rewinds.
Yes,
basically. But
it's like The Gardens Between without the time stuff. You just keep going.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I ended up, giving it a kind of a meh score because it does actually ask you to do a lot of kind of pixel perfect jumps and pixel perfect actions, which kind of go against the kind of chilled out atmosphere of the game. So it's like with Gris, for example, like the platforming stuff was very simple. It was more like, just taking in the beautiful graphics and scenery and experiencing it. This is like trying to do that, but then it's adding in these really annoying, like, just like things that are way too out of place. It's like asking you to, you die and repeat these kind of like niggly things. But it's more like it niggles with the controls. Like the controls are not quite tight enough, if you know what I mean. Like there's a little bit of a delay. There's a little bit of a like, it's not snappy enough to do that. But it's asking you to do really snappy things with like really kind of unresponsive controls. And that was kind of a little bit annoying in some parts. I'm just dying, but it's more like because the timing's off. It's like, when you're playing a Mario game with like a badly synced Bluetooth controller. It's kind of like that.
Was this game made with Unreal Engine?
Don't know about that actually. Or is that one a problem with Unreal games?
Yeah, at least in the not newest versions. Like if you just slap whatever into Unreal Engine, you're gonna have like 7 frames of input delay.
Well, remember this was an iPhone game. And,
yeah, Unreal Engine is a thing on iPhone games, isn't it?
Oh yeah, probably. But I'm just saying, the way if it's that hard to control with a fucking controller, can you imagine with a touch screen?
Oh,
so like it is an improvement over that. Like if you played it on iPhone on Apple Arcade and you got frustrated, you'll be slightly less frustrated in this. But all the frustrations are not gone. There's still a little bit of the frustrations there. So yeah, I don't know. I would say check out my video review, check out some gameplay, see if you're interested in it. But I wouldn't pay like what $20-$30 for it. I don't know what they're asking for it because we got it for free. So I don't know what they're asking for it. But like if they're asking like 20 or more, I would say maybe not. just play it on Apple Arcade and sync your controller with it with your phone. James, if they let you do that.
And James says fiddly in his review, which I like. I like to say fiddly in my reviews too. You said something's fiddly, and I thought that was great.
Yep. So that's what I've been playing, and then just 5 seconds each. Dead Cells. I played a whole bunch more of that while it was in the free to play, the free week, whatever, Nintendo Game Pass. I played a shit ton more of that. Really enjoyed it, and I noticed that they had some DLC. There's this really funny thing I just had to mention. So like I was playing it on my Japanese profile. So when you go to DLC, it opens up in the Japanese eShop, right? And then it was like 2 DLCs, and there was one for like 100 yen and another one for 500 yen. And then, but I saw on Twitter, I was like, free DLC for Dead Cells. I was like, what the fuck? There's no free DLC. What are you talking about? Maybe they're talking about a free update or something like that. And then just to check, I clicked on the DLC button, but then it asks you which profile you want to use, and I changed it to my British one, and then it opened up the British eShop, and it was free download, £5. And I switched to the Japanese one, it was 100 yen, 500 yen. So the Japanese they charge you 100 yen for free DLC. So that's a bit of a pro tip there. If you're playing Dead Cells in Japanese for some reason, just switch your profile to any other one and you'll get DLC for free. So yeah, I managed to play that DLC pack for free, which was pretty cool, by not using the Japanese one. And the other game, I played a bit more Bomb Chicken, and I've decided fuck Bomb Chicken. It's too frustrating. It's too frustrating because this is a game that asks you to find secrets, and it's like a screen-based game. And if you die once on that screen, it resets you back, and then you lose everything that you've got up until that point. And it's like, fuck that. Because like, for example, in a Mario game, you get a gold coin or whatever with the 3 gold coins on the level, and then you get to a midway point or something, and you keep the coin if you die, right? This one, it doesn't. It takes it away, and it's just like, it's like, okay, I just fucking did this screen perfectly, got all these secrets, and then I died on the next screen, and it just takes away all the things you collected, and it's like, fuck this thing. And it actually encourages you to get all the secrets because it lets you unlock other levels and other things. So I've decided to say fuck Bomb Chicken. It's just too frustrating. I was just getting really angry with it.
Sure, I feel you, man.
It's like it discourages exploration. It discourages finding secrets, which I don't like. So anyway, next.
Cool. All right. Well, that's going to do it for new business. So, Scott, please wait just a second. We have to pimp our wares. We're going to move on to now playing at Famicast.com. So now playing at Famicast.com, we got lots of stuff going up on our website, lots of stuff going up for our patrons and all sorts of stuff. James, do you want to go ahead and kick it off?
All right. Well, Danny already spoiled it by watching it already ahead of time. Well, I guess you're a patron in a way. My stellar video review is up for patrons right now. For the rest of you people, it'll go up on Famicast Friday, Friday the 13th. Ooh.
Yeah.
And another thing for patrons, patrons have been enjoying The Games That Made Us, Volume 7, Cyrus Chapter 2. So yeah, Cyrus did his second chapter of his gaming life with me. And so if you want to download Cyrus as a DLC character, you can do that by giving us $3, and you can check out Cyrus's second chapter in his life. So this is he was maybe talking about, he was still 5-6 years old in the chapter he was talking about. And it's pretty interesting because Cyrus is it's not, his background is not fully Nintendo. He has a kind of little bit of a different background to the rest of us, I guess. And so he explained all about that and why he got certain consoles and played certain games at that time. It explains a lot about him. Yeah. Crazy. What else we got? Ty?
Oh yeah, the Fighting Game Podcast, Champion Edition number 7. Wow. Have I really done 7 of those?
Yeah, I listened to that. I just listened to that actually.
Yeah.
Good shit. Good shit. I much enjoyed, much learned.
Okay, I hope so. It was kind of disorganized, I think, but we talked a lot.
I like the episode title.
Yeah. What was the episode title? Refresh my memory.
Capcom is my drunken uncle.
Yeah, that was maybe the golden line from the podcast. Yep. The story is great. So my two guests, a bridger, John Cario, who's been on the Champion Edition a few times, and my good buddy Daniel, aka Pizza Killer, aka White Privilege.
Right.
Oh man, yeah, the gang, they're together, and we talked about all sorts of stuff.
Are they all from your old hometown?
Yeah.
Right.
It's
cool.
And,
good vibes.
You
good
know,
vibes.
John Cario's been over here to Japan. We went to Evo Japan. You met him.
Yeah, I met him.
I remember I met him.
Yeah. So please enjoy Champion Edition. You can just grab it with our new deal.
Right.
Yeah.
Danny?
As Ty would say, first of all, if you do give us money on Patreon, thanks for the money. And actually coming up this month, we have a super awesome quiz show. I was just going to try to memorize the title by memory. It didn't happen. The Happy Smile Super Challenge Famicast Wish Show is going to go live later this month for our patrons. This is a show where we get together and have basically quizzes for each other and for the listeners and stuff too.
I love this show.
What's that?
I love that show.
Yeah, it's
Because I
fun.
always win.
Well, then, like James will have like his weird bullshit rules, and then like it's like everybody's gonna have the same amount of points except for my game where they have 672. And it's like, wait, what?
I don't think the title's long enough though. It's got to be a longer
Yeah,
one.
it is the abridged title.
Yeah, add another like 10 words into it, and then we got something. You know,
There you
Champion edition.
yeah, there you go. Add champion edition for Ty. Yeah.
DX.
Yeah.
And I got one more thing to talk about. We just recently joined Ko-fi, however the hell you pronounce it, KO-FI. I think most people on Twitter know what that is. So the idea was some people can't afford to join up Patreon like every month, like $3 a month. We understand some people don't want to do that. So Ko-fi, you can just chip in like $3 once, just buy us a coffee once, and we will let you choose 2 Patreon episodes of your choice to download, which I think is a pretty good deal, right? So you can just do that one off. So like Ty was just saying, if you just want to listen to, say, I don't know, Champion Edition 1 and 2, you can do that. You can do whatever you want.
Right.
We have a list of Patreon exclusive shows, so you can browse beforehand. But yeah, just give us $3, buy us a coffee, and we'll give you some cool shows.
Yeah, and we'll spend it on coffee, and we will split it between the 3 of us.
That's right. 1 sip each.
Yeah.
Scott, you want in?
I mean, maybe. Yeah. I mean,
alrighty then. Yeah, and if you check our Twitter profile, there's a link to that. It's pretty obvious. There's just coffee/the Famicast, as you would imagine. Right then. All of this and more. Famicast.com.
There it is. All right, and next we have the secret best question mark segment of the show. James, what is this?
Strap in, Scotty boys. It's time for that new Japanese.
That's right. It's time for the Japanese, all the comings and goings of stuff that's going on in gaming in Japan. This list is not, some stuff is not Japan related, but some things I have been looking forward to hear what James has to say about this first bit. Actually,
right.
James, how about you just go ahead and read that little first story there?
I got all these like Google alerts on my phone suddenly a few days ago. So yeah, Reggie, he's in the news again, everyone's favorite. Apparently he was talking out of his ass when he said that he was retiring, because now he's going to be on the board of directors at GameStop starting on 20th of April for some reason. And my response to this,
to celebrate Hitler's birthday, he'll be joining the corporation that gives us
Seriously?
35 cents for our trade-in games.
oh my.
So my response to this is just one South Park meme, which is, and it's gone.
Ooh, my bottom line is ready.
Yeah, what the hell's he doing? Like, why? First of all, why? And just why? Why? Why would he do this? Why would he want to step in and save a dying company that no one cares about?
I have 2 guesses. One.
Well, yeah, he's just going to flush the whole thing down the fucking toilet.
I had thought about this too, but I'll be quiet. I'm the new guy here, so
I thought one, he's gonna take it in a thrilling new direction.
Right?
Maybe they'll switch to something online focused. I don't know. Or he's just gonna cut costs and then bail out on a golden parachute.
There you go. That's the picture.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all the vast experience he gained at Nintendo about, online and, stuff like esports. He's going to use that at GameStop.
Scott, what were you thinking?
I would have appreciated it if Ty hadn't just said literally everything I wanted to say.
I mean,
before
it's
I
obvious.
say it. Yeah, I mean it is, right? I mean
Right.
it's he did the Nintendo thing for so long, and then it's I'm sure that GameSpot just paid him a ridiculous amount of money, just crazy money. So it's a win-win for him. He's already getting paid a boatload, and if he can maybe actually pull something out of the dumpster fire that is GameStop, right, then he just gets even more money. And if he can't, well, he's already getting paid, and then he's just going to go to some other, gaming company that'll pay a boatload for him anyway. So,
Okay.
I mean, he literally can't lose, right?
Yeah. And
It's basically just a fancy pawn shop, PAWN. shop, isn't it?
That's right.
In America, all they do is like trade in old phones now. Apparently,
Yeah,
it's not even like games mostly.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And
It's dismal, man.
one thing I was going to say about this too, because like when Reggie retired from Nintendo, he was actually like, I know James is going to laugh. He was actually like working like a full-time job. This is like he's right. This is like he's joining the board of directors. I don't know what that actually entails in terms of like workload. Is this like a 40-hour a week type of thing? You know what I mean? Is it just like we had a board meeting like once a quarter? Reggie, what do you think? Great.
He's just gonna sit at the end of the fucking boardroom with eating a pizza and then leave and take his cash at the end of the day.
I kind of feel like James is judging him really harshly, but I also sense a lot of jealousy because I mean that's literally the dream, dude. Like sitting in the boardroom eating pizza, and then at the end of the day, just be like, you know what? I really don't give a shit what happens to this company later.
That is the dream. That is the dream.
Yeah,
but I'm hesitant to say he's earned it. Right?
I ain't touching that one. I know James has very strong opinions about Reggie, and I don't have any, so I'm gonna stay out of this one.
He did two things for Nintendo. He did a collaboration with Skylanders and got a Bowser and Donkey Kong Skylanders toy. He did that, and the other thing was he got Wii Sports as a pack-in for America. Those were the two good things he did in his whole like 10 years at Nintendo. Everything else was a minus.
We do have a comment actually. This is from Addicted Donut. And I know Donut from Zegga's from Scott's stream. And Donut says Addicted Donut. He says GameStop probably is paying Reggie the remaining little stacks of cash in hopes of him saving the company from bankruptcy. Yeah. Probably.
Desperation move.
Yeah, good luck with that, mate. Is all I can say to that.
Yeah.
And, I think that's the reasonable conclusion there. I mean, I think we all kind of thought it, right?
Yeah.
It's pay Reggie a boatload and maybe it'll work out.
That's an amazing photo of Reggie on the stream right now.
That really is. It belongs in the Louvre.
This is seriously. I was trying to find some other good ones too, but this is the one I knew that we had to have. Hopefully, if you're listening to the audio version of the show after it's live and everything, hopefully I'll have a nice picture there too that you can see. Maybe just make that be the whole picture for the whole episode. I don't know.
But the only picture that I think about is this one,
and it's gone.
That's Reggie taking over GameStop.
There it is.
Right then, next.
Yes. So next up, this is kind of an interesting little bit here. I don't know if you guys I didn't see anything about this. James is the one that added this one to the agenda here, but it's pretty interesting.
Oh,
so, I mean, obviously the Western version of, the Nintendo Entertainment System, it has like a little door, a little flap, and it's a completely different design than what it was here in Japan. Famicom's top-loading device. And
Famicom is bada boosh from the top, right?
Yeah, exactly. And there was actually like a lot of thought that actually went into that. I mean, well, first of all, they Nintendo in America, they wanted to try to make it so this wasn't like, this isn't a video game. This is an entertainment system. They're pretty, concerned about being associated with video games since the video game crash happened in '83. But
thanks, Atari.
Yeah. But actually, the former head of Nintendo R&D2, Masayuki Uemudu, that doesn't sound right. But
Muda, probably, isn't it?
Probably. Anyways, he said, on the Famicom, the cartridge was directly connected to the hardware inside. So if you attach a video game cartridge to the actual device, there's static and charges, and this can result in a short circuit. So unlike Japan, where it's humid, Texas, for example, in North America is very dry. So it's likely that children, when they touch it, will or could cause a short circuit. In the living room, there are rugs and stuff like that, so it's likely that we will have static. So front-loading prevents children from actually touching their hand to the device. So that's why we developed it as a front loader.
That's super interesting, actually. And that is actually a very intelligent observation of Japanese houses versus Western houses. Japanese houses don't have carpets. It's all wooden flooring or tatami or whatever, right? So
typically
Yeah,
speaking.
especially back then as well.
Jeez, yeah, think about 80s. Yeah, I mean, probably lots of tatami and hardwood and whatever. But
I mean, it is now. I don't have any carpets in my house, and I've modern
hardwood
house.
too. Yeah, I'm all hardwood.
Yeah,
cool.
Interesting. We only just learned that like now.
Yeah,
today I learned. Everybody.
Well, and they also made it look like a RoboCop, which appeals to American consumers in 1983.
Okay,
Yeah,
but that really should just appeal to literally everybody because RoboCop is amazing,
right?
So.
Yes.
But why does it have to only be American, Ty? Come on, dude.
I'm getting sick and tired of other countries.
You've
been playing way too much Plague Inc., man.
I'd buy that for $1.
I'm sick of Greenland. I'm sick of New Zealand. They're so hard to infect.
Moving on. Ty, do you want to take this next bit of news here?
Hell yeah. Nintendo has teased a collaboration with Lego. Details aren't clear, but they definitely posted a Lego Mario.
Yes.
Right. Is it? It's not a minifig though, is it? It's like
I don't
Mario
know.
made of Lego.
Yeah, like I'm putting up the tweet now so that we can see it.
Yeah.
Here. So like this is the tweet that Nintendo of America sent out, and it's like nobody really knows at this point. Like, is this going to be like just toys? Is this going to be like a Lego Mario game or something?
Oh, somebody in the Discord posted the Mario Land, like Mario, what's it called? Mario World inside Mario Land. What's it called?
Super Mario Land.
In Super Mario Land, there's a world
Land?
which looks like this, right? Has anyone played Super Mario Land on the Game Boy?
Yeah.
Wait, yes. Now I'm getting confused. What are you talking about?
Which one was that one?
Super Mario Land 1. Oh, sorry, no, sorry. I apologize. Super Mario Land 2, the 6 golden coins on the Game Boy, had a world which looked like this. It's like a little toy Mario. And the levels were like part of his body.
Yes, I did play that one.
This looks exactly like that.
That was one of, like, honestly, the best games on Game Boy, too, now that I think about it.
Yeah. I'll try and find it.
Yeah, I'm looking at pictures right now. Yep. That was a really good one.
So I don't know. It's probably not a Mario minifig. It's probably like, something to do with like Mario that you can make. So
yeah, it's like, maybe it's just a toy or whatever. The really ambitious thing would be like a Minecraft-esque game.
Yeah. I don't think that would happen. That, like you said, that does seem a little bit overly ambitious for something like this. It's probably just going to be fucking toys.
Yeah.
Right.
But
but that'd be interesting.
There's room for improvement on the Minecraft formula. And like, as you might remember, that was made by like one screaming racist Swede. So
right.
So what could like a bazillion-dollar corporation do? Good
point.
In fucking Java.
Okay, now
there it is, the Mario Zone. Nice.
Mario Zone.
Mario Zone, right? I called it Mario World. That makes it very confusing. Doesn't it?
You were confusing the hell out of me because I didn't. Yeah, okay. Now I know what you're talking about. Yeah, this is freaking fantastic game though, man. Yeah,
well, doesn't it look exactly like this?
What's that?
Doesn't the Lego thing look exactly like this?
Exactly the same thing in black and white and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, all right then.
Yep.
Lego Mario the game. I like that.
Well, this next little bit of news, this is something that actually relates to a question that Mark Harrison is kind of asking right now in the chat. But let's just go ahead and I'll just go ahead and take this and kind of get through it. So, I mean, Nintendo Directs, as in multiple Nintendo Directs, are rumored to be coming before the end of March. I mean, Nintendo Directs have been rumored since like fucking January. So, I mean, you kind of just take this with a little bit of a grain of salt, right? But there have been leaks. What's that?
It's happening.
Yeah. But there have been leaks. Obviously there was like Game, the UK game, basically equivalent of like GameStop, right? Basically.
Yeah, it's just as bad as GameStop, by the way.
yeah. But like they tweeted out something that said like, "Hey, since you see that collaboration with Nintendo and Lego on the latest Nintendo Direct," and they're like, people are like, "Wait, what?"
Right. Misfire, you know.
Yeah. So I mean, who knows what that means? Maybe they were just wrong. Maybe they're working on old information, or maybe there is a secret Direct that's already done. But now a VentureBeat staff writer, VentureBeat.com, guy named Jeff Grubb, he's saying that there's going to be an indie world.
I like that.
What's that?
Jeff Scrub.
Jeff Scrub. Yes. Well, anyways, he's saying like there's going to be an Indie World Direct that's going to be set for March 18th, and there's also going to be a proper Direct that's going to be coming on March 26th. He says, you know, the presentation, the proper one, I guess, is going to give a broader look at Nintendo's lineup for the year, and that there's going to be lots of ports and lots of remasters and stuff like that coming out. So I don't know, kind of some general.
That's the Bioshock remaster, isn't it? The one that's been rumored for a long time. Yeah, the probably things have been rearranged due to, you know, the coronavirus. Like,
yeah,
I mean, has X or Y been cancelled? The answer is yes to everything. Everything is cancelled. E3 is cancelled in more than one definition of the word cancel.
Yeah, Bit Summit they announced that they're canceling just a couple of hours ago.
Bit Summit is cancelled. Bit Summit, the 8th bit. Oh man, that was such a good name for it as well. Yeah. The 8th bit is cancelled. Gamescom, who knows? Probably.
A lot of fighting game tournaments out there getting cancelled.
Yeah, no one cares about those. But E3, holy shit. E3 is cancelled. Well, I think they actually haven't officially announced it yet. I think it's due to be announced like very soon. But right. By the time this episode goes live, it will have been cancelled. So let's just assume that it has been cancelled at this point.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, for me, always the best thing about E3 is like watching like the live streams and the E3 directs and everything. So hopefully they can still do all that.
Yeah.
I actually thought, can they do like the Treehouse live streams from within the NOA headquarters?
Dude,
like they don't have to go to like a big fucking warehouse, right? They could just do it from, you know, Reggie's old office. Nobody's using it.
Yeah. I honestly don't see why not. I mean, it's like the press for space, I'd imagine, you know, they got to have places to do this kind of stuff.
But that does, you know, then you got to think, wait a minute, are they going to have like the Nintendo superstars, you know, Miyamoto and everybody? Are they going to be flown over to America to do that? Probably
Use
not.
the video chat feature of your Wii U.
You know, I bet NOA have way better live stream equipment than NCL. I bet NCL don't even have a fucking webcam. Right? You can just imagine, like NOA probably have all the latest equipment for like streaming and everything, right? Like they have to for the E3 shows.
Yeah.
But NCL don't. So yeah, we might. That could be the one thing. Like we don't get to see, you know, Miyamoto talk about stuff or whatever. The other Japanese producers, you know, the Animal Crossing producer or whatever, his next game that's coming up in the future, we might not be able to see those guys. It'll just be, you know, stupid Americans. No disrespect to 3 other people on the show.
Perfect.
Hey, I'm a child of the world, man.
Yes, right.
All right. Actually, Scott, do you want to take this next little clip here? I think maybe this is something you probably saw in the news. Highlighted here.
What are we talking about?
Is it a clip of Ty's handsome face? I can talk about that.
On the news. On the news.
In the agenda.
Yes.
Oh, in the agenda. Hang on. What's the next one on the agenda?
It's about the Nintendo PlayStation.
So that's a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
Did you want me to just like read it? Okay.
Go for it.
So the Nintendo PlayStation, that incredibly rare hybrid system, right?
Yeah.
Owner of Pets.com, Greg McLemore, is the new proud owner because it sold for $360,000.
Yes, the Nintendo PlayStation 360.
That's right.
That's what my grandma calls it.
Well, the guy did get an offer of $1 million, you know, before he'd even put it up for auction, right?
Right.
But then that was from Palmer Luckey, so probably it is better that it goes to this guy who's going to put it in a museum, not some fucking sweaty, racist nerd who's going to just like put it in his basement or whatever.
Put it in his Minecraft mansion.
Who offered the 1.2 million or whatever?
Palmer Luckey, the kind of ex-Oculus guy.
Okay, was that before or after he got hated on by everybody on the internet?
Is what, this thing? This Nintendo PlayStation thing?
No. Like, everybody hates this guy.
Yeah.
The Oculus guy. I forgot. What the hell did he even do?
Palmer Luckey.
So he had a name. His name was Palmer Luckey, and that's why we don't like him.
That's it?
It is pretty a rough name, but
yeah.
Nah, he did some shit. It's it's political related, so we're not going to talk about it.
Okay.
But yeah, just trust me on that one.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
So my thing about this, I forgot to look into. Is this the only? Did they only make one? Is there more? Is there potentially more than one of these out there? I mean, I know it's like rare upon rare upon rare, but
yeah, from what I understand, like there might be other prototype units out there, but this is one of the only like known ones.
Right.
Yeah, I think this is the only known one.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, if there are other ones, then people are just like not saying anything, like just literally hiding them in their closets.
Yeah.
I feel like the search for the next Nintendo PlayStation could be made into like a TV series, and then the end of season 1 ends up with them getting this, and then there's some kind of like teaser at the end, and then it's like, we've got a tip. There's another one.
Right.
It exists. And it's like, to be continued, and then the second season never gets made, and you go, fuck.
Look at the serial number on the back. This is the Unit 2, but that also means that Unit 1 exists out there.
That's right.
Yeah,
Actually,
I would watch the shit out of that show.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, can you edit this bit out, Danny? I just, I want to actually keep that for myself.
Okay, sure.
Alrighty.
Wow. All right.
Alrighty. Next up, it's Mr. Kamiya. So I guess ties up to bat.
Hell yeah. As one of the few surviving people not blocked on Twitter by Kamiya.
Not yet.
Wonderful 101 Kickstarter ends up earning 2.25 million United States dollars to help out the release of the game on Switch, PS4, and Steam. So the game is already funded. This is just like a little
Thanks for the money.
extra, a little something on top.
Yeah, a lot of extra something on top. The original goal was like $50,000.
Wait, didn't Kamiya like later come out and say like, yeah, we didn't need the money, we just wanted to get the awareness?
Yeah, that's like the same thing that happened with some other games, like
Shenmue 3 or something?
yeah, and what's that fucking game? It's not Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh, Ukulele?
Yeah, Ukulele was like, it's already funded. It's just like, we want extra money.
Right.
I mean, hey, it works. I mean, I'm all for it if there's good backer rewards, That's what I'm all about.
How does that? So, forgive my ignorance, but how does that work? Like, if the game's done and there's still, they just want money, is that just straight flat profit for those guys, or what? How does that work?
I believe they have to promise to do something for that extra money, don't they? Otherwise, that might be breaking Kickstarter rules, right?
Right.
So they are going to make extra DLC or something. Oh, we should probably click that link and find out exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah.
So then here's my follow-up to that. Then is if they say, okay, we need, they say, okay, we need another $100,000 to make additional DLC content, and they get 200,000. What happens to the extra 100,000? Do they get to pocket it?
Goals.
They just keep adding stretch goals so they can get more and more money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what if it like? I think I know what Scott's getting at, but like, what if it just you don't even think about like stretch goals after a certain amount of time, and you're just like, holy shit, we made like 500% of like what we were trying to do.
There's got to be a limit, right? You have to get to the point where you don't have any more like goals, but if the money still keeps coming in.
Super Bowl commercial.
I believe it's you just promise something really minor, and it's like, okay, you'll get a sticker if we reach 2 million, and then you reach 2 million, everyone gets a sticker. That's it. You've completed your goal.
Yeah.
You don't have to promise something huge. It could
Yeah,
be
they
anything.
don't actually have to promise anything as far as stretch goals go, but they do have to. Well, I don't know if they're legally bound, but they have to give back rewards as well. So I mean,
Right.
you're not just giving money to them. It's like no, you put in like $20 or $50 or whatever, you get the game. If you get like $100, then you get a fancy version. If you give us $1,000, we'll put a scan of your buttocks in the game.
That's all I've ever wanted.
Right? Yeah, and I mean, I think it's great actually to get something like even better than a special edition. It's like wow, you get a little thing in the game. I think that's much better.
I agree.
So the extra stuff is Luca's first mission, Luca's second mission, and an orchestral arrangement of the Unstoppable Wonderful 100 and Table's Turn. Some extra tracks that they're going to do orchestral versions of. Yeah. So that's the extra stuff they're going to do.
You know, just a couple of weeks ago, I went out and found a Wii U copy of Wonderful 101 that I picked up for just like a couple bucks. So worked out for me.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, 200 yen, you talking?
Yeah, maybe something like that, like less than 500 yen, I think.
Was it wonderful?
Well, it's wonderful just sitting here on my table. And it'll probably just
He's not going to
remain.
play it, Scott.
Probably not
Okay,
gonna play
got
it.
it. Yeah, I mean,
Scott
most of that stuff that's behind him in the picture there, he hasn't played. So yeah,
Shut up! Don't judge me. Don't judge me. No. Yeah. E3 canceled.
What else have we got? We got a couple of extra things here.
Yeah, actually, what's the deal? What's the deal about the Sakurai thing, James?
E3's cancelled. We already talked about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Sakurai has been having some health problems, and he was at the gym recently, and he fainted, passed out in the gym. Apparently, he's been on this diet where it's like eating more red meat and then cutting out other things or something like that.
Okay.
But he's basically said he was like dehydrated and like not eating well, not eating a balanced life and stuff. So he's like, he's not having a break. He's trying to take things a little bit easier.
So the Ron Swanson diet did not work for him. Got it.
Right. Just eating burgers and that's it. So yeah, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Thanks for watching. Until next time.
No.
That's not actually the end of the show, is it?
That's a perfect line to end it on, man. That's perfect. I love that.
So yeah, take care of yourselves. If you are listening, drink water. Don't kill yourself at work. That's called karoshi in Japanese. Work to death. And it sounds like that's what Sakurai is trying to do. Just so he can put an extra 6 Fire Emblem characters in Smash Brothers.
Right.
I can tell that Ty's really excited about that.
I love
Fire Emblem characters. Yeah.
Yep.
Big Fire Emblem.
It hurts. Physically hurts. All right then, Danny.
Yep. Well, James, I hear the sound of garbage rustling around. Do you have something to do with that?
It's garbage time, boys.
Woo! Feed me the garbage.
So this is JC's garbage bag of goodness, and this is all about trying to find the best of the best games that are on sale on the North American eShop. Sorry, James, I just screwed up your screen save. There you go.
What an asshole!
Yeah.
So yeah, the reason why I choose the North American one is that they always have the cheapest games. The European ones only goes down to like 80 pence. The Japanese one, fucking having a laugh, 100 yen for every game at the bottom of the barrel, which is not good enough.
I really expected that to be commentary about American games being shit, but no, that's not where it went. I'm shocked. Sorry. All right, continue.
No, it isn't.
Sorry.
I mean, I don't know if these are made in America. Probably a lot of them are coming from countries that don't speak English, much like America. Boom! Slam! English language.
Burn.
Anyway, so I think we have a new record here, guys. So I'm going to try and get you as many quality games for a grand total of $1, not a cent over. Okay, and we have a new record here, guys. We have a 5-cent game. Holy shit.
And not just one. Holy God.
Incredible.
Yeah,
Wow. So we could get 20 games.
Yep. Strap in, boys. It's gonna be a long one. Mad Age and this guy. This one looks like a puzzle game. It looks all right, actually. The pixel graphics are pretty sweet. It's like a little guy in a little stovepipe hat.
Yeah, it looks like effort went into this game.
Yeah. It used to be $5, but it's 98% off.
Incredible.
It says mixed Bomberman and steampunk puzzle game with pixel art graphics and crazy piano music. Did I mentioned about bombs and explosions?
Mentioned about bombs and explosions. Yeah.
I've got to find out where this was made. Sim Fabric. I don't know where they're from. It's in Russian. It's in Russian and Chinese as well, so maybe it's from one of those countries.
Yeah, both at the same time.
Yeah, I would say throw that in the bag.
Hell yeah.
And then we have 2 games, Saboteur and Saboteur 2. 5 cents each, so you can get both games in the series for 10 cents. They used to be $8. They used to be $8 each. Imagine that.
All right. So we got points for the title.
So Saboteur. Oops, Danny's going to scream at me for doing the video. Sorry, Danny. Shit. What the hell is this? Oh, I just clicked proceed to purchase.
Yes.
Did I buy it? I could actually buy this with just gold coins. I wouldn't even have to use my own money. But I'm not going to do that.
We would never ask you to do that, James.
This looks like a Atari 2600
Oh yeah,
game.
No, it's a Spectrum game. This is a re-release.
Yes. Oh shit! Oh, so it is actually a legit video game from the 80s?
It's a legit Spectrum game. Holy shit! I recognize some of those arcade cabinets. Go back.
Saboteur is the classic retro game hit by Clive Townsend in 1985 for the ZX Spectrum.
I know that name too.
Why do I know that?
Yeah, Clive Townsend. I think that's my uncle.
Right?
Yes. He works for Spectrum.
Yes.
Probably someone I'm related to probably is.
Is that Black Widow?
It is.
Yes.
There's a tie-in for the new movie.
Store brand Black Widow.
Wow, this looks legitimately amazing if we're living in 1985.
Yeah. 5 cents? Holy crap.
Look at the branding. It's got a cat branded pilot, like a crane as well.
Yeah, Caterpillar. Wow.
Yeah, Caterpillar.
Wow.
It's amazing. Yeah, I'd say throw those.
That's some fucking product placement.
Yeah, throw both of those in the bag. We're still up to 15 cents. Preventative Strike, that's been on before. Bouncy Bob, that's been on. VSR Void Space Racing, yep. I think that has. I think somebody in Discord said they played that and it was okay. And now a lot of these the next 5 or 6 games all look like the shitty ones that we looked at a couple of episodes back. Ultimate Games, yeah, it is. Pet Care, Little Shopping, Guess the Word, all this kind of shit. I'm going to skip all of those. Earthworms, we looked at last time. That was.
Is there a Z on there?
Avenger Bird, that's been on before. Another tie-in with the Black Widow movie. Car Trader. I don't think we've had that one. Okay, so we've got Car Trader and Car Mechanic, 2 different games. So Car Trader is looks like a holy shit. It's blurry.
It's just a game where you look at photos of cars.
Yeah, I think you're literally just buying cars and then auctioning them. Like,
can't I do that on the internet for free?
For free? You're gonna buy real cars for free?
Yes.
I'm the Dog Giga Van.
I don't think this is even a game. It's only 70 megabytes. I think that's a fucking pyramid scheme. I think that's masking some kind of money laundering.
Right? It's like a Bitcoin miner.
Yeah, Ultimate Switch. Games, I think, are money launderers. Can we say that?
Yeah, is it actual like an app like for car trade? Like, I'm curious.
Car Mechanic Manager might be. Nope, it's also by Ultimate Games.
Okay.
Wow.
This one looks slightly better. This actually looks like a game.
Like the logo before it was almost exactly the same as the old game.
But this is an actual game. It's got like actual graphics and like.
It's got that generic mobile game look
to
it.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
Oh, except with MS Paint art.
Copy pasted from an iPhone game. No, I'm going to pass on that one. Okay, wow. This one is not out yet, but you can pre-purchase it for 49 cents.
Incredible.
Night Swap.
Nice
I can't
swap.
wait to swap knights.
Is this just chess? No, it
With
isn't.
knights only.
I think it's a
Amazing.
chess-based puzzle game.
It is, isn't it? So you it's like a much smaller version of a chessboard, but you have to work out puzzles with the chess pieces, I guess. So you have to know the rules of chess. Sorry, Danny.
It feels like it's
The
might be helping
horsey
out a little
moves
bit.
in an L shape.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, I would say if you're into puzzles and chess, I would say yeah, pre-purchase now. comes out on the 17th.
Wow,
Yeah.
build-in hype.
But beware, if you miss the opportunity, you'll have to pay 99 cents. So you're gonna look like a right idiot.
Fuck, how am I supposed to afford that? I already blew all
Well,
my
I think that's
nickels
it.
on Spectrum games.
I think that's all we can afford, guys, because anything else is going to take us over, isn't it?
Right.
So Mad Age and this guy, Saboteur 1 and 2, and then what was it? Night Swap. There you go. 4 games for I don't know, 65, 75 cents or something like that.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
Okay, so we'll save the extra 25 cents for next week.
I'll have to ask Mum, but yeah, maybe. Back to you in the studio, Danny.
All right. Well, thank you very much for that, James. Hopefully these games will keep you guys busy for the whole month of March.
They will.
They're going to have to because there's
there's nothing else coming out this month.
Nothing else. So yeah, this is all you need. But
Doom
yeah, we're
shroom.
going to go ahead and move on to the next segment of the show. And this is, of course, our Games of the Decade, Part 3, 2014 and 2015. And actually, James, let's kick it back over to you, bud.
Yeah, we're actually getting into some good years here for Nintendo, at least. I know Ty's going to say every year's been good for non-Nintendo, but that's true. But yeah, finally, we have some good Nintendo games to talk about. So 2014, we have Shovel Knight, Bada Boom, which, in case you forgot, it was like a Nintendo exclusive for like a year or something like that. I don't know how Ty managed to not buy it for a year, but he did.
Yeah, I bought it on Xbox. Get fucked.
Yeah. In 2022, whenever you bought it. We have Super Smash Brothers for Wii U. We have Donkey Kong Country, Tropical Freeze, and Bayonetta 2, Mario Kart 8, NES Remix 2, Hyrule Warriors, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. These are all Wii U games. And then on the 3DS, we have Monster Hunter 4G. So Bravely, we missed Bravely. We forgot to talk about Bravely Default in the 2013 section. Sorry about that. But I don't think it would have won Game of that year anyway, would it?
Well, that game was a really weird release history. It released in Japan originally in 2012.
Danny, you did play it in the Japanese one, didn't you?
Yeah, and then the version I bought, because it came out in Europe and PAL regions and Japan again in 2013. In Japan, it was called For the Sequel, and it was basically the same. Maybe there's a couple of updates. They added the English and stuff to the Japanese version, which is really weird.
Okay. Nice.
But yeah, and then it just came out in North America like 2 months later, in February.
And then for non-Nintendo highlights for 2014, we have Dark Souls 2. We have Hearthstone on PC, Titanfall, South Park: The Stick of Truth, Wolfenstein: New Order, Dragon Age, Far Cry 4, and Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor. And then, so Scott, did you add these ones, the expansions?
Yeah, I did. I added
you can talk about those briefly. We don't actually allow expansions or DLC as like quote unquote new games, but yeah, are those important to you?
No. I mean, yes and no. I mean,
okay.
You keep going, man. I'll chime in later if you like.
Okay, cool. So Ty, did we miss anything on Nintendo 2014?
Yeah, but they're kind of minor games, but I think they're worth consideration. Nidhogg.
Ooh, yeah, I've heard of that one.
Lethal League.
Mm-hmm. I've played that. Those are both on Switch now.
Yeah, they're good ass games. And PT.
The demo, you mean? The
demo, which was sort of not a demo. It was like it was like a fucking madcap scheme to like shit on Konami in a really roundabout way.
I love how Ty brings up a game which is would traumatize Danny every single time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wait till we get to next year.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I mean,
Oh,
just
and,
watching a stream of PT is fucking traumatizing enough.
Yo, I saw many good streams of that game. Man, I wish I had the foresight to like just register it on like a 1,000 different PSN accounts. I could retire.
Right. And then sell them, yeah.
Yeah. I heard somebody like remade it on PC like really accurately.
Oh, they're gonna say in Dreams on PlayStation 4.
Oh yeah, I think they have actually. Somebody's made it in Dreams as well. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, I was just kind of kidding.
That's wild. All right.
So Scott, why do you go ahead? What's your nomination for game of this year from the list that we have?
We're just doing 2014, right?
Yeah, 2014 just right now, yeah.
Boy, that's a tough one. I
mention a couple that you enjoyed or whatever.
Sure. So I played a lot of these that were on the list, but being primarily like a PC player, Diablo 3, the expansion. So I know you guys talked about expansions not being on the list, so I'll just say a quick one. Is that Diablo 3, when it came out originally, was in rough shape. And it didn't have the same. It basically got so bad they brought in somebody completely new for the expansion, and the new guy that they got, Josh something, I can't remember his last name. He basically just redid the whole thing, and that is the reason that now we have the Diablo 3 console version that has like everything on it, like all the expansions that people love to play on their couch. It basically came down to one guy saved the whole franchise.
Nice.
And so I think that's kind of, just something worth noting. The other one too, Dark Souls 2 being released in 2014 is huge.
I thought you might say that one.
Yeah. And just the reason for that is because, Dark Souls 1 just took off, it was a sleeper game for a long time. And then just like wildfire, everyone started playing it and it was huge and it just became this incredibly huge thing. And as big as it also was a gigantic disappointment to so many people all at the same time. It's like kind of an interesting story because the original, guy that made the Dark Souls series, Miyazaki, wasn't involved in Dark Souls 2. And the reason for that will come when we get to 2015. So I'll just leave it at that.
Danny, how about you?
It was a bit of a tough year for me because I played most of these. Sans, Shovel Knight, I didn't get to play that until 2016 when it came out in Japan.
It doesn't matter. Just
Yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah, man, a lot of the stuff on Wii U was pretty cool. I loved Hyrule Warriors a lot. I thought it was freaking awesome. Captain Toad was awesome too. Bravely Default, really fun, solid RPG with some kind of fucked up weird stuff happening at the end of the game. That's kind of bullshit, but yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with Nintendo on this one. I really enjoyed Middle Earth: Shadow of Mordor.
What?
Yeah, that was when I was still playing my PlayStation 4. And yeah, it was a really, really fantastic game. I'm a nerd, so I like things like, I like video games, I like Star Wars, I like Lord of the Rings. Just name about any nerd thing, and I probably like it to some extent. Like so many of us out here, right? But with that, it was just cool to see a game go back into that world, just to go into Middle Earth, and it's not really tied to anything. It's not tied to Peter Jackson's movies, even though Gollum does make an appearance, and it's like Peter Jackson's Gollum, which is it was still cool because I like that character, and he's
isn't he dead?
What's that?
Isn't he supposed to be dead?
No. This is like a prequel. This is happening before Fellowship of the Ring and stuff. So like that.
This is still early PS4 Xbone time, so that people are still amazed by the graphics, aren't they? It's like wow.
It was a pretty good looking game. And yeah, like I said, it's kind of like a prequel, so it's happening in between. I don't remember if it was like before The Hobbit even, but like you're basically like this kind of like, I don't remember if he's a ranger or just like a soldier of Gondor, but something like that anyways. But you're a guy that's usually kind of patrolling around Mordor and like Gondor and stuff like that. And I don't know, the combat's really spot on. It's really fun.
Is that the one with like the revenge system or whatever, where the guy remembers you for the whole fucking game and tracks you down?
until you like literally maybe fucking cut his head off, and that might not even be enough. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, they can come back sometimes.
Yeah, dude, because it's crazy. Because they'll come back and they'll come back stronger. Like you cut off his arm, or he has like he'll have like kind of like scars and stuff from where you beat the crap out of him.
And sometimes they're really funny.
Yeah, it's fun. It was really cool, and I didn't get to play the sequel that came out. Wasn't that like Scott? Remember? I remember we maybe were talking about that before. Do you remember? Was that one like plagued with like weird, like some kind of like I forgot some kind of like pay to win type of bullshit or something?
It was the sequel.
Yeah, the sequel.
The sequel had pay for power kind of stuff, and then they also had locked content behind it, and so boatloads of people just said, you know what, I'm canceling pre-order, and I'm not going to be a part of this, even though it's mostly a single player game. But
right,
yeah. The original didn't have any of that, as far as I'm aware.
I don't remember anything like that. I don't remember any outcry. If there was, nobody said anything, and that didn't affect me at all. So
right. Yeah. Apparently, the second one had a lot of big problems with that, and I guess the big problem with that was that they, because it had pay to win and pay to play and pay for power stuff. If you didn't pay for it, then you had to spend a lot more time playing the game to unlock the stuff at an unreasonable pace.
Okay.
Huh.
And that's why people got upset. Yeah, and that's why people got upset about it, and reasonably so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty. Ty, what you got?
All right, for 2014?
Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and say Killer Instinct Season 2. Get wrecked.
I knew he was going to do it. I knew it. But just in case like a game update doesn't count, I'm going to go with Shovel Knight.
Nice.
But man, Killer Instinct Season 2 is so good. That's when the game was taken over by Iron Galaxy.
Okay.
From Double Helix. And that sounds like an insane thing to do, like another developer just taking over someone else's game and releasing a new season. But there it is, and it was great. They knocked it out of the fucking park. They added like all these new game systems and stuff. They redid the whole UI. It's so good. Mwah.
Nice. So Scott, I'm putting your name down for Dark Souls 2, yeah?
Yep.
Alrighty. And I just realized I haven't actually gone yet.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say.
So yeah, this is a tough one actually, because I put a lot of time into Smash, and probably the most time into Smash, if I'm honest here, because I think probably this was the year when we had that Nintendo World Report tournament.
Yes.
It's like that kind of time. I was playing the shit out of this game. I mean, Smash is always probably my most played game of any Nintendo console. And it probably most definitely was that year. I don't know. Were we doing we weren't doing the Fammies at that time, but we were doing Famicast awards, right? We were doing I
don't even know if we did awards, but
games of the year or whatever like that. We did that.
Maybe
something like that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe one of our listeners can go back and look at the last episode of 2014, see what we did. But Tropical Freeze is such a fucking good game. And Ty, I know you're a Donkey Kong fan, and I know you're disgusted by the first Donkey Kong Country Returns game on Wii, and rightly so for the controls. Right. But this does not have that. This is like a straight up Donkey Kong Country game, and it's fucking amazing. And it's so hard, and it's so beautiful, and it's so good. And anyone who's good at platform games has to play that game.
Okay.
Dan, Yeah. You should definitely try it. It's on Switch as well. You could, slightly improved version on Switch as well. Captain Toad, a lot of fun with that as well. Mario Kart 8, maybe not as much. I mean, I liked it, but DX is like way improved, way better. So I can't put my name down for that. So yeah, I'm gonna say it's a tough one, but yeah, Smash.
Okay.
Okay then, so let's move on to 2015. Another doozy. Holy shit! Well, 2015 one's a weird year because there's some absolute stellar games and then some absolute dog shit. So for Nintendo, we have Super Mario Maker. Holy Maloney. And Splatoon in the same fucking year. We also have Yoshi's Woolly World, Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, Affordable Space Adventures, Xenoblade Chronicles X, Fatal Frame, Maiden in Blackwater, and I'm not talking about Minecraft. Was that the first Nintendo Minecraft? Is that why you put it? Okay. Yeah. Well, that's worth talking about for 5 seconds. Yeah. Hey, it was the first Nintendo Minecraft. There you go. Right. And then, but we also had in the same year, we had Devil's Turd, as Cyrus called it. Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival, the game where they just an excuse to make 20 fucking Animal Crossing amiibos and then do nothing with it. Mm-hmm. And then Mario Tennis Ultra Smash, which I believe is one of the lowest rated Nintendo first party games ever on Metacritic and all that.
Literally the first time I've ever heard of it.
Yeah.
It's just very vanilla, by the books, just not.
Well, they just didn't have any features, did it? It was just like bare bones. Like you could literally tell they just shit that thing out as fast as possible to get a first party game.
A fucking stopgap type of game.
Yeah. Sad times. And on the 3DS, we had Fire Emblem Fates. We had another Animal Crossing game, Animal Crossing Happy House Arrest. Happy Home Designer.
Same thing.
Xenoblade Chronicle. Wait, that's a.
Yes.
No, who put that? That shouldn't be on there. That's a remix. Monster Hunter Cross. Was that called Generations, Danny? Do you remember?
Maybe.
I just assumed you would have bought and played the 30 minutes of that game.
No, I quit.
And then for Nintendo, we also have a lot of doozies here. We have Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, Mortal Kombat X or 10. Ty, which one is it?
I think according to the copyright holders, it's X.
Okay.
But I think everybody says 10.
Okay. Star Wars Battlefront, Axiom Verge, Crypt and the Necrodancer, Batman Arkham Knight, Ori and the Blind Forest, City Skylines, Rocket League, Fallout 4, Bloodborne, Journey, Undertale, Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and The Witcher 3. Holy shit! In 1 year,
a lot of good-ass games in the year of our Lord 2015.
Yeah. Wow.
Before anyone says why is Axiom Verge not in the Nintendo section, that was the PS4 release. Nintendo was maybe the next year.
Yeah.
So it just missed out. But yeah.
Yeah. Reggie said no.
Right. Oh yeah. That was the year when Johnny Metz said, "Well, someone's got to make a fucking Metroid game."
Yeah.
To Reggie's face. And that's why Johnny will always be my hero.
Yeah. Good guy. Looks like Tony Hawk.
It's true.
Wrong sport.
Excuse me, I had something in my throat.
Wrong sport, but yeah, close enough.
So Scott, before we go on, just a really quick, Metal Mike did sign up in the comments here. He said for 2014, Bayonetta 2 is fantastic, but I played too much Hyrule Warriors. Yeah, cool.
Oh. Man after Danny's heart.
Yeah, and Cyrus.
I watched Danny play a lot of Hyrule Warriors. That game was a lot of fun to watch. I don't know if it was so good to play, but
so
it's therapeutic.
So which Bloodborne game are you going to choose for this year?
Well,
Bloodborne.
On a scale of 1 to Bloodborne,
yeah.
I'm going to have to go with Bloodborne.
Sorry, I took a drink of tea for comical effect.
Thank you. That was perfect. I mean, to be serious though, 2015, what a year! I mean, really. I mean, look at everything on there.
Yeah, I had to double check the list. I was like, did these all seriously come out this year?
Yeah, Danny and I went through it again yesterday, just to kind of add a few here and there. But we did add one that I is so dear to my heart. It's probably my third favorite game of all time. Is City Skylines being released.
Wow.
And still to this day is like it is the ultimate city simulation game. I mean, if you ever liked SimCity as a kid, play City Skylines with all of the mods that are out for it, all the expansions, and it's super cheap. It's like it goes on sale every month from any website with most of the DLC, and you can get it for $20 or less.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just make anything that the mind comes to, and it's just so much fun.
Yeah.
And it's out on Switch now, It's out on PS4 and Xbox. It's also on PC, of course. Highly recommend everybody play it. Arcanite was also really good. I played that, loved it. MKX was the one that finally got me back into playing Mortal Kombat games because I grew up with them as a kid, and I stopped playing around the Mortal Kombat Ultimate era. So Ty can probably appreciate that. Didn't touch it since. But as you said, Bloodborne. Bloodborne still, in my opinion, is the only example that I have encountered of a literally perfect game. Even today in 2020, I think it is perfect. It's my favorite game of all time. I've beaten it more times than I can count. And that is, like I said earlier in 2014, why Dark Souls 2 was not very well received, despite being a big sequel and a big release that a lot of people were expecting, was because Miyazaki was making Bloodborne instead of making Dark Souls 2. It was a completely... Okay. It was a different studio, like within the studio. So it was From Software, but it was their, like their B team versus their A team. And it's weird because when Dark Souls 2, the original version came out, it was, a lot of people liked it, but generally the hardcore fans did not care for it. Then the DLCs came out. There were 3 DLCs for it. And they that kind of brought some people back. And then they released another version of it called Dark Souls Scholar of the First Sin, which was, you can't call it a director's cut because they changed so much in the game that you're almost playing a different game. And in addition to the 3 DLCs that were released for Dark Souls 2. And again, Miyazaki, as far as I know, didn't really have all that much to do with it, but it sort of recaptured some of the love and spirit that he put in his games. And so I feel like that's kind of worth a mention too, because that also came out in 2015. So Middle Mike in chat there is mentioning that he bought a PS4 just for Bloodborne. So did I. I did not own a PlayStation 4 until Bloodborne was released, and since I knew it was an exclusive, I knew that I would absolutely have to get my hands on it. Absolutely. And then they later on, they released a DLC for it, and it was crazy because the base game was already perfect, and so if a DLC comes out for a perfect game, you expect it to not, maybe it'll be good, right? And you're excited, but if the base game's already perfect, how is the DLC going to be better? It was, and no one even saw it coming. It just kind of came out of left field, and they didn't expect there to be a DLC for it, and it just made the story even more in depth. They added a whole bunch more weapons, and everything about Bloodborne shows what the PS4 was capable of with the right programming and the right, design choices. I mean, still, I don't know. This would be my last little thought about it, but it's a timeless game. You'll be able to go back and play it 10 years from now, 20 years from now, and still be able to appreciate it for how good the action was, the gameplay, the story, the music, the ambiance, everything about it is it's just perfect. Yeah. I highly encourage everybody to play it if you haven't tried it yet. So
is it any good though?
I mean,
it's all right.
they might be paying me to say it, but I can say, even if they weren't paying me, that it's not bad.
I think then that begs the question: who are they?
Who are they? Yeah.
It reminds me of all the Steam reviews of games where the player has 3,000 hours, and they're like, it's all right.
Yeah, it's all right. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. It's all right.
Yeah. Danny, what do you got?
Yeah, again, man, so many good freaking games. I played on the Nintendo platforms. I played a lot of them. Yeah, oh my god. Yeah, City Skylines. Scott actually gave me that one year for Christmas, I think, or something. I don't remember, but he gave it to me as a present, and I played it on my Mac. And I talked about it on the Famicast back in late 2016. Great game. My computer, oh my god, it's so good. It's so taxing once your city gets like so big. It's nuts.
I think I heard your little laptop begging for release.
Oh,
It
dude,
was
it just wanted to die.
Kill me.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know?
Murder me! Yeah, honestly, I think I'm gonna have to go with Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. I love that game. I played. So the game came out here in Japan like 6 months before it came out in the West, and I got the Japanese
same
version.
year though, right?
What's that?
Same year.
Same year, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
And yeah, so I ended up playing it and actually completing it, and I did a review on Nintendo World Report for this game and stuff too. Some of the music is kind of weird, especially in the city. There's like some really weird hip hop. It just sucks. Which is so weird because like everything else in the game is like orchestral. Like in the city, it's like yeah, some Japanese guy doing his best impression of a rapper.
Come on, America. Come on, baby, America.
Yes. But no, I really liked the ability to fly around the skells, like the big robot mechs and stuff like that. That was cool. It was kind of disappointing that you didn't get that until later in the game, but it was still maybe it made it even feel kind of more exciting because you got it, and then even when you first get it, you can't fly. Then you play probably another 10 or 20 hours, and then you can fly, and you can literally go anywhere. But yeah, just a really, really great feeling of exploration playing that game. There's challenge. Some of the stuff's really hard, but yeah, really, really enjoyed that one.
Nice. All right then, Ty, you're up to bet.
This is such a hard decision. Oh my god! But I've narrowed it down to 3. It's got to be either Metal Gear Solid 5, Crypt of the Necrodancer, or Undertale.
Ooh, oh man, yeah, these are like 3 of Ty's best games ever at the same year.
Yeah. So,
well, if it makes you feel any better, I have a similar also situation with my games.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I probably put the most time into Metal Gear Solid 5.
Is this not the demo thing that they put out first?
No, the
paid
demo thing came out in 2014.
Oh, okay. This is the actual game,
yeah. Yeah. It's not really fair to call Ground Zeroes a demo. It's more like just a really short game.
Right.
Fuck. Y'all know Undertale.
Yeah.
And I fucking love Crypt of the Necrodancer, and that's the one I'm most likely to continue playing for a long time.
The game you bought a Nintendo console to play, the sequel to.
Yeah.
That's pretty serious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, Ty's head's gonna explode. Do you want me to take over and while you put your head in some ice or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for me, obviously Mario Maker is right up there, and Splatoon. And I think now, just talking about it again, I'm getting flashbacks of like us talking about this on the show, and then me having to decide which one is my best game of the year. Yeah. And I couldn't decide, and I can't remember what I decided on in the end. Maybe I said Mario Maker. I don't know. I also love the shit out of Yoshi's Woolly World, and thinking back to it, I think the one that came out last year, the Yoshi's Crafted World, it's nowhere near as good as Woolly World. Now I think about it, because Woolly World is like, maybe the aesthetics are more pleasing as well, like the wool thing, but like the game itself, like the platforming, the level design is better as well, and the music. It is a better game in every aspect of it. Because I went back and I completed like everything in that game, but I didn't do the same with Crafted World. So what else? I mean, it's got to be Devil's Third, right?
Yes. I honestly thought about picking up that game like before it launched. Like, that looks kind of cool. I'm really glad that didn't happen.
And Axiom Verge, I mean, even though it came out the next year on Wii U, loved that. Oh man, and Rocket League as well. We've got to shout out to Rocket League, because I mean, Danny, honestly, I thought you might say Rocket League.
Actually, I kind of forgot, but yeah. Oh man, it's still.
I think this was the game that put what's it called, PlayStation Plus. This was the game that kind of put PlayStation Plus on the map, because it was the first time where they'd like put like a really good game that everyone likes, and it kind of like the game just became like a like a storm in a teacup. Everyone was playing it.
Yeah, and I think it was maybe not like the first thing. I mean, there was always a lot of good games coming out on PlayStation Plus, but like
But it made it famous. Like I knew about PlayStation Plus. Yeah,
PlayStation Plus made this game famous. Yeah, definitely, that's for sure.
Yeah, all the other way around.
I
Rocket
don't
League
think-
helped make PlayStation Plus famous.
I don't
More
think so.
people like subscribed probably because of that game. So yeah, shout outs to those two. And Undertale, of course. I mean, I played Undertale whenever it was 2 years later or 3 years later on Switch.
Yeah.
Loved the shit out of it. I mean, that's a 10 out of 10 game for me as well. So yeah, it's probably going to have to be Mario Maker, isn't it? I mean, I am wearing my Splatoon t-shirt today, but and everyone knows, I mean, how much I love Splatoon. And I mean, Splatoon, it made Japanese high school girls into like online killers. I mean, what like shooter game killers? I mean, no other game in history has literally ever done that. Like made a shooter that's so playable for literally anyone that, you know, literally anyone could become good at it. Well, not everyone. I mean, Japanese high school girls are probably better than me at it because they play it 24 hours a day. But the fact that, you know, Nintendo actually did it is like the one game that they'd never done is a shooter, and they do a shooter and they fucking nail it, and it just blows up and becomes like the one game that almost saved the Wii U in Japan. I mean, it probably do we know if the Wii U lost money for Nintendo? Probably it did, but like Splatoon probably helped break even in Japan. You know, people bought the console just for Splatoon. They only had one game installed on it, and that was Splatoon. Or like they had the disc, and that was literally the only thing they ever put in it.
Oh, dude! Like actually, the other day when I bought Wonderful 101, I bought a physical version of Splatoon because it was like $5.
What?
I have a digital, and I was like, hey, I just want the physical version. So,
oh, originally you bought a digital?
I think
back in the day. Huh? I was dumb and did the opposite. I bought the physical one and regretted it.
I was just thinking, holy shit! Did I just buy a second version of a game? No, well, yes, I did, but I have like the download card over on the other side of the room. So, okay.
Because Mario Maker and Splatoon were my most played games on the Wii U, and I was just like swapping the discs back and forth every day. It was just ridiculous. Thankfully, I don't have to do that on the Switch.
Right.
But yeah, Mario Maker 1 is my game of 2015. I mean, need I say more? It's they finally did it.
Yeah.
They finally made a game where you can make your own Mario levels.
Right.
And we didn't think that day would come. I mean, in E3, like people got to a point where it's like, oh man, they have to make a game where you can, you know, a Mario game where you can make your own levels and play it as downloadable content. It was like a rumor / hope for so long. And then Nintendo finally did it, and it was just like this amazing, beautiful, like creator tool that, you know, anyone can make a level, and it's like, yeah, good times.
Ty, did you ever come to your decision there, bud?
Ty, get your head out the water.
I think so.
Okay.
All right. Like I said, it's really tough, but I think I'm gonna go with Metal Gear Solid 5 for this one.
Okay.
Boom.
Yeah, such a good story. So much fun stuff to do in that game, down to the little details. Or Skullface's Jeep ride or whatever. I loved all of it. Even though the game was like not even finished, I loved all of it because it's just so fucking huge anyway. And oh man, it's such a great experience in so many ways. I would recommend Metal Gear Solid 5 to anybody.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
But I might change my opinion tomorrow. I might go back to the Necrodancer.
Too late.
Okay, but does that game have snakes in it though?
Metal Gear Solid 5? Let me think.
Yeah, like snakes.
I think it might.
Okay.
Oh god, I don't remember now.
Need more
Yeah,
snakes.
yeah, it does.
Metal snakes.
One of the bullshit things you're supposed to do is like try to capture every little wild animal, like one of each.
Yeah,
So
snakes,
it literally has snakes in it. Wow.
I think it does. I don't know if you actually see them or not. I know because I know Metal Gear Solid 3 does, and you can eat them.
You eat them.
Hence the name Snake Eater.
Snake Eater.
Yeah, I remember that. That was traumatic for me. Yeah.
All right then, we nailed it.
Yep.
So I go for Mario Maker, Danny goes for Xenoblade Chronicles X, Ty Metal Gear 5, Scott Bloodborne. Bada boom, bada bing. So tune in next episode for chapter 4, sorry, 2016 and 2017. Wow, that's bringing us up to Switch launch, isn't it?
Yeah.
I might change my opinion to Crypt of the Necrodancer like at any time, depending on my mood.
You should cheat and just do the Zelda Dancer in the 2019 one.
We'll see.
All right then. Danny, back to you.
Alrighty, so we're just about done here with the show, but before we go, we're going to go ahead and get to some feedback from you guys. If you want to, let's put this up here. If you want to send us some feedback, you definitely can do that. You can email us at thefamicast@gmail.com. You can hit us up on Twitter at thefamicast, Facebook, thefamicast, YouTube. If you're not on YouTube, you can hit us up there and have your comments read out on the air like these guys. So I'm going to go ahead and tackle a couple of different YouTube comments. Maybe not every single thing, because we are running a little bit late today. James, do you got a couple of tweets ready to go here?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Well, okay. I'll start with a couple of things from YouTube. And actually, on the last episode, episode 168, our good buddy Chariot Goblin, he was friend of the show. He was talking about his 2012 games of the year.
2012?
Yeah, hold on.
Shouldn't that be... Oh, yeah, 12 and 13, right?
Okay, yes. So 2012 Game of the Year are Nintendo Land, Rhythm Heaven, Fever, and Call of Duty Black Ops 2. 2013 Game of the Year, Luigi's Mansion, Dark Moon, Super Mario 3D World, and Pikmin 3. Here's a hot take. Dark Moon is the best Luigi's Mansion game? Whoa, really?
Ice cold take, more like.
Yeah, holy crap. I don't know, man. Chariot Goblin, you're a little crazy, bro, but yeah. All right. A couple of fun things like how do you play US games on a Japanese DS? Okay. Good luck to you.
You mod it. You fucking download the hacks, you slap it in an SD card, and you mod it.
Yes. I'm not going to read out this whole thing, but somebody was very displeased with James and Ty did a live reaction to the unveiling of Byleth as the final fighter for Smash in that DLC pack. And I mean, this person was just like downright, like he starts out this comment was saying, "Ungrateful douchebags."
What is his profile picture? Can you tell me that, Danny?
I don't know what that is.
Ungrateful douchebags. That's our new Patreon exclusive show with me and Ty.
Yeah. Yes. I'm pretty sure it's a Fire Emblem character.
It looks like
because this person loves Fire Emblem more than anything.
Yeah, and it's like, I get it. Like you, man,
you don't get it.
I don't get it.
Yeah. You will get it.
Yeah, no, but it's like it's YouTube, so it's like I know people are going to be doing stuff like this, but it's like, come on, man. Like we have our own opinions, but I think probably well over 50% of Smash Brothers fans are just people that were paying attention to that. We're just kind of taken aback and just like, whoa, what the hell? Really? I mean, yeah.
Our reactions were real, and that's all I can say.
Yeah.
There's nothing...
and not unusual in the least.
Right.
Yeah.
There's nothing fake or like planned about that video, Reacts video.
Yeah.
Sue me.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay. Yeah, then we have another Assassin's Creed Odyssey cloud version. It's like, does this really run on the Switch? It's like, God. No, it runs on the cloud. James, what do we got on Twitter?
So someone took a screenshot of that Lego tweet, and it does say, heard about the partnership between Lego and Nintendo in the latest Nintendo Direct?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's since been deleted.
Yeah.
But James Allen retweeted it and said, is this game just calling a Nintendo social media post a Nintendo Direct, or do they know something we don't?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it turns out probably it will be turned into something real, right? Like we talked about in Japanese.
I mean, it is. Nintendo did, tweet that out, and but like we still don't know at this point in time as we're recording the show. But yeah,
right. Another one. I guess this is aimed at Ty's Champion Edition podcast. Christopher Volek on Twitter. He says, ye olde netcode moan zone.
Yep.
That was a segment in the show, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a segment in the show. The segments are kind of loosely defined, so I basically just took just a funny bit from whatever was in that segment.
Netcode moan zone. And then this one, I guess this is aimed at Scott. Crystalicious, is he a friend of yours?
Yeah, he's a buddy of mine. We spend a lot of time on my stream. What's up?
He says, "Oh damn, for real, it's awesome." I'm assuming that's how he talks. I will try to catch on it. So was he in the chat? Or is he in the chat?
Yeah,
now?
he was at the beginning. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. He's gone now. Rest in peace. Good luck to him wherever he is. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Rip in peace.
Oh, there he is, Crystal.
Yeah,
he's gone now. Okay, yeah, that's all for now.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, and if you guys out there have any comments or anything like that about the show, any questions, any like life in Japan type of stuff that you might want to ask us about, like we enjoy getting those type of questions, and we'd love to talk about it. So yeah, send us a longer form, send it to email, famicast@gmail.com, hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, whatever the heck you want to do.
If you send us a good email with a good topic, we might give you one of our Patreon exclusive shows for free.
And actually, James can actually buy a Nintendo Switch too.
Sure, why not? Join our new Patreon tier. It's $300.
Yes.
Oh, that's a lot of coffees.
It's very exclusive.
Yes.
Right.
All right. Well, that's actually going to bring Famicast 169 to a close.
169. Nice.
Very nice.
I can't believe nobody said that until now.
Yeah, that is weird. But yeah, Scott, this is the point in the show where basically we kind of pimp our wares. We tell people where they can find us.
We could talk about that. This is March 11th. It's the Earthquake anniversary. It's also the Famicast anniversary.
Yes.
Happy 9 years to us.
Yeah, totally forgot.
He always forgets that.
Dude, I was gonna put a memo like on my computer somewhere and be like, I'm gonna be on it. That didn't happen.
That was it. 9 years ago, me, Danny, and Matt Walker. I probably should have mentioned this during when I was talking about Matt Walker's game.
Yeah.
How far he's come in 9 years.
Yeah.
Schlubbing it up with us on the Famicast. Now he's producing Resident Evil games.
And Devil May Cry. And
good luck to him. Good luck to us.
Yes.
Good luck to us all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But anyway, send us birthday presents and all that kind of stuff. Man, next year's going to be 10. Holy shit.
I know. I'm just thinking like today's like, what the fuck?
We're going to have to do something special next year.
I know. I was thinking like, God, that kind of puts the pressure on. Man.
Send all emails about that to Danny.
Yes, we will make it happen. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and just start here. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can. You can follow me at DannyBiv, DannyBiv. James.
What's up? It's on the screen at Famicomplicated. It's a mixture of Famicom and complicated.
I don't get it.
Stick them together, see what happens.
Don't get it. Hi.
Hi. I'm Super Cat Drugs. Fuck around and find out.
I love that. That's amazing.
Yes. And Scott, where can people find you? And just pick your words and like, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sure. It's just if you're, for you Twitter folks at the Zegga, so TheZegga on Twitter, which I don't use all that much, but when I go live on Twitch and do a show, do a broadcast and stuff, that's where you can find me, which you can find me at twitch.tv/thezegga. Unfortunately, I don't have a regular streaming schedule, but usually about 2 times a week. And so if you're interested in watching some random asshole like myself play video games and play them poorly, then
Hades, right?
that's the place to do it. Yeah, Hades. Hades, a little bit of Mortal Kombat 11,
Mhm.
and we'll see what we play next week. Might do something completely new. I think it's about time for a new game. So yeah, wide variety of stuff. If you got time, stop by. I'd love to see some new faces. So
Yeah, and obviously, Scott, thank you so much for coming on the show, man. I know
thanks for having me, you guys.
No, man, like I've been wanting to have you on the show for a long time, and now like we actually had a legit. Not okay. It's like you had.
Now you
right
paid us enough money. We'll let you on.
I paid my way in, man.
yeah. So
if you want to pay your way onto the Famicast, join our Patreon.
Yeah. Do what I do. Just pay money. You can be on the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks for the money.
Everybody has their price.
Yep.
It's that easy.
But seriously, I mean, really, guys, thank you so much for having me on the show. It was a blast. I had so much fun. Thanks.
Yeah,
the pleasure is all yours.
Yes. Yeah. Seriously, go check out Scott's streams and stuff like that. They're a lot of fun. He's really good with the audience, just really good at interacting with people and stuff like that. And I noticed that a few of his regulars came over for the chat today. And guys, if you're watching us live, thank you so much. We really appreciate that. If you're listening after the fact on the audio version, well, you know what? Thank you.
I thought you were going to say something else then.
I thought about it. I'm not going to do that. But anyways, yeah, that's going to do it for the show. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And thank you guys out there for listening and watching. And we will catch you next time.
Peace.
Yeah.
Toodles.
Bye.